Good morning, everybody. This is Kelly GLTD 333, and I wanted to do a quick response to Janie's GLTD Living in Life's Waiting Room. I wanted to do it while it was fresh on my mind, and it touched me so much, and her and I had a conversation just yesterday about similar thinking. So I guess I wanted to make a video about the process because I don't think that I'm alone in this process, but I welcome comments and let me know what you all think. I think for me, Janie, this is about, and you talked about perspective. I think that this has a lot to do with perspective and perception. Now the question was, take a seat, close your eyes, imagine how much you will regret if you keep living your life exactly the same way you are right now. How do these thoughts make you feel? Is your body tense, and does your mind feel imprisoned? Feel it as clearly as you can, and throw out the broken record. Now, we were talking the other day about the fact that I've been in my job for 18 years. I'm not happy, I've never been happy in my job, but I believe it would be irresponsible of me to quit my job in this economy and try and get another job. Yes, my goal is to spend more time with my kids, and I am out of the house 12 and a half hours a day with my commute. But I have a good job. It pays my bills. My entire family is under my insurance. And I've thought many times quitting. And it does get harder and harder with 18 years invested. But I think it's irresponsible. And I don't think that that's something I'm just telling myself. So I think it's perception and perspective. And I agree with you when you say that the decisions that we make, it doesn't just affect me. It affects my entire family. So I don't think that I'm just sitting in the waiting room and watching life go by. Would I like to have the luxury of dropping the things that make me unhappy and chasing after my passions? Absolutely. But I am a mother of 2 young girls who are totally codependent on me. And a husband who relies on me to pay half the bills of our expenses. Neither one of us could do it alone, living in New York, on Long Island. I mean, the cost of living here, this and California are the 2 most expensive places to live in the United States. So my perspective and perception, and I guess some of you can say maybe this is just what I tell myself, but I don't believe that I'm sitting in the waiting room, because I'm not just sitting. We talked the other day about how I am still actively searching and trying to create opportunities. I am constantly networking. I am constantly putting feelers out. A lot of people talk about my cooking and how I should cater, and I always say, you want me to cater a party? Let me know what it's going to cost you. People always, I do my own nails. People always coming to, oh, do mine, do mine. Again, I do a lot of things. Some people have paid me to make cards because I make my own cards. So I do a lot of different things, but nothing that's ever come to fruition that I could make a living out of. And for me, the big deal is benefits. I would say that my company's benefits add at least $20,000 onto my salary, because the benefits up until this last contract have been that good. Now it's going to start changing, but I do belong to a union. I don't even want to get into that personal stuff, but again, this is just an open dialogue. It's just open for discussion. It hit something deep within me because it was a conversation that you and I had yesterday, and I guess I'm encouraging others to get in the conversation. Living in Life's Waiting Room is the title of the Green Light the Day, and I'm definitely going to go. You said that you put a link to the video that prompted you to do this Green Light the Day, so I'm going to watch that. But perception and perspective for me. Although I am not happy in my job, it affords me the lifestyle that I want to live. Now, of course, I am not living extravagantly, but money isn't everything. And that's another thing that's important for me to teach my kids, that you have to work for what you want. You know, if we were given things easily in life, how valuable would things be to us? If things come easy, we don't seem to value them as much. So we live by example. I know that me and my husband do, as far as showing our children that if you want something, you're going to have to work for it. It's not going to be given to you. There is no money tree in the backyard, and it doesn't come out of our ass. Excuse the expression, but that's what I say sometimes. So, interested to hear what some of you guys have to say. You know, what's your perspective? So, to answer the question, if I were to think about where I am today. Now, where I am today is not at work. You know, I have spent this week home. So today, I can tell you that I have benefited, and when I have taken time off of work, I see the benefits that me and my family gets when I'm home. But it also makes me extremely aware that without that paycheck that I get, we would not have the house and the things that we have. So it's such a catch-22. And it doesn't just affect me, like you said, Janie. It's a really interesting question, and a really thought-provoking one that I appreciate. One that I've been thinking about for years, but one that I have come to terms with, because I used to say, am I selling myself short by not quitting and trying to pursue something that I love? But then there's a part of me that truly feels that that's selfish and irresponsible. I feel that way. At least for me. I can only speak for me. That my passion would be pole or cooking, or, I mean, obviously I can't be a pole instructor. I can't even do, you know, half the pole moves. But I am so passionate about it. And I would love to do that for a living every day. Not stripping, but for fitness. I love to cook. I'm passionate about cooking. I would love to teach working people quick, easy, healthy recipes to cook their families, because I am out of my house for 12.5 hours a day, but I cook every single night. Every single night I cook for my family because it saves money and it's healthier. I'm trying to think of some of the other things that I'm passionate. There's so many things that I'm passionate about. But to try and make a living. You know, my husband and I have owned our own businesses, several actually, and it's not easy. If it were easy, everybody'd be doing it. It has cost our family a lot, and not just money. I mean, again, money is not the end-all be-all. The time that it has cost our family. You know, we owned a business, a successful business, that we walked away from because it almost cost our marriage. My husband worked a full-time job and then worked at the business that we owned. And we had one child at the time, and he was never around. And our first child, my oldest, is very much a mommy's girl because she never got to know her father till she was 4, because he walked away when she was 4. And again, that time is priceless. So there's lots of things to be weighed, and that's all I just want to weigh in on. There's lots of things to take into consideration, and it's all about perception and perspective, and we each have different journeys. And I guess the other thing that I wanted to respond to, Janie, is to say that if your perception is that you're sitting in the waiting room and that's okay for you, it doesn't have to be a negative thing. You know, it doesn't, because that's what's best for you and your family. And I used to feel that maybe it was a negative thing for me, but I guess I've just come to terms with the fact that this is what's right for me. So again, I'm going to stop babbling. I'm really interested in hearing what you guys have to say and you guys weighing in. Okay guys, have a great weekend and let me know. Bye.